Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is the second video I'm filming on a comment that I got from one of you guys, and it was asking me to talk about my training. So if you don't know, I'm an elite middle distance runner. I do 1500, 3k, 5k and cross country, and I've been running since I was 8 years old. So that is pretty much 10 years of my life. And one of you guys commented asking me to talk about my training, and there are three things. They said what my sessions involve, recovery and nutrition. So I could talk for so long about running, so I've broken this into two videos. So I've already filmed a video on what my sessions involve and the types of sessions that I do and how fast I do them and when I do them throughout the week. So I've already filmed a video on all of that. I literally just filmed it, so that will already be up on my channel, so go check that one out. But this video is dedicated to nutrition and recovery, which are both so important. Okay, so obviously recovery and nutrition kind of go hand in hand, but they're also kind of like separate things because so I'm going to talk about recovery first, and then I'm going to talk about nutrition. So recovery, I've kind of thought of 5 things that you can do to help your recovery, and you should recover in a similar way after every single session that you do, as well as after every race. Obviously when you race, you've broken your body down more and worked harder, so you need to put more effort into doing these recovery things, but you should also be doing them after every training session as well, because you still worked hard and you need to recover your body ready for the next training session or the next race. So the first thing to do, the most important thing, actually I don't know what the most important thing is, but very important, is to eat as soon as you can after training or after a race. So this is the same for after a race, but I'm just going to say after training. Eat as soon as you can something that has carbs and protein. So an example that my coach always gives is chocolate milk. Carbs and protein. If you can bring a chocolate milk to training to have after training, have that. Personally, what I like to have is the slice, so that will come into the nutrition section. But if you have seen some of my videos before, you might have heard of my famous slice. It's in quite a lot of my What I Eat in a Days. It's basically, I'll put the recipe in the description box down below, but it is so good. It's got like, it's so good as a pre or post training snack. I literally have it all the time. I'm about to go have one in a minute. So I always have the slice after a training session, and it's really good, especially for me, because I live like a 45-minute drive away from training. What I need to try and do, I'm not very good at remembering to do this, but I need to take that to training to have when I get in the car straight after training, because there's like a 20 to 30 minute window after you've finished your training or your race, when it is like optimal for you to have to replenish the stores of like things in your body that you've used in that session. So like the 20 to 30 minute window straight after you've finished training, that is like the optimal time to eat something with protein and carbs. And if you miss that window, like, it's not the end of the world, but it's much better to eat within that window than wait until you get home. So yeah, trying to eat as soon as you can after training or a race will definitely help with your recovery, because you've used up heaps of like stuff in your body, so you need to restore that as soon as possible so your body can start like building itself back up again and getting stronger. The second thing to do for recovery is to roll and stretch. So roll on one of those, wait, let me just get it. Those, where's my other one? So I have, okay, let me just go get my other foam roller. So that's one of them. And then this is the other one. So I have 2 rollers that I use after every training session. Actually, I also use them before training sessions because I have really tight muscles. So to loosen up my muscles, I have these 2 rollers. So I use this one on my quads and my hamstrings, and I use this one on my calves. But also, if I'm too lazy to use this one on my quads and my hammies, then I'll just use this one as well. And you can use it like, obviously you can roll whatever muscles of your body are sore. Like I also do like the inside and the outside of my upper legs. And just like, yeah, rolling is so important to like loosen your muscles, and it aids with recovery so much, and it's only something I've started doing properly super recently, and it is so helpful. So definitely rolling, and then also stretching, so just stretching whatever muscles are tight, whatever muscles are sore. That's also going to help you. I'm not very good at stretching after my sessions. I always stretch quite a lot before my sessions, but I think it's almost more important to stretch after your sessions or after your races. So that's something that I probably need to try and do more myself. But yes, stretching and rolling your muscles is a fantastic form of recovery. The third thing, and this is so important, it is sleep. Sleep is the most underrated form of recovery. It's like, honestly, just read anywhere online. I'm not going to go into the details and I'm not going to like try and prove to you why sleep is really important for recovery, but it is, because when you're sleeping, like, your body restores itself and gets like just everything. If sleep is like, it is scientifically proven without doubt, sleep is one of the best ways you can recover your body from a hard training session or a hard race, and it's so important for just like everyday happiness and well-being as well. So definitely get enough sleep. I'm not going to talk too long on that one because it's pretty simple, but just get to bed earlier. Get enough sleep, so important. Okay, the fourth thing that you can do is have a bath with Epsom salts. So Epsom salts are, it just comes in like this little packet or container. I haven't had one of these for so long. I haven't had a bath with Epsom salts, but it just comes in like a packet, and they're like salts, and you pour them into the bath while it's running, and then they're in the bath. And if you have a bath in there and just sit in there for like half an hour or something, I'm pretty sure the Epsom salts are supposed to do something to help your muscles. I don't know exactly what, but I'm pretty sure that helps. So that's an idea if you want to try that out. I'm going to try that out again. I used to do it. I don't anymore, just because my mum doesn't like me using the bath because then she has to clean it. So maybe if I clean it, then that will help her let me use it. So yeah, bath with Epsom salts is a good idea, and it's also like a nice way to relax your muscles in some warm water after a hard session or race. And then the fifth thing, now I put this at the bottom of the list because it's harder to do at home. Like, it's harder to do after every session. You can't really do it after every session unless you're like a pro runner. It's massages, so getting like a sports massage. So these are expensive, hence I hardly ever get them. I don't think I've had a sports massage for like 2 or 3 years. I used to get them semi-regularly again, but I've just gone through like interesting patch with my running. I'm coming out of that now, but yeah, I didn't have as many in the past couple of years, but they're very expensive, so I would only ever have them like once every couple of months, and then I'd just have them just before like national championships, just to kind of, you know, obviously massages are a great form of recovery. They're really good. It's pretty similar to rolling your muscles, but definitely I think there's a sports massage gives you more benefit than rolling your muscles, just because I'm pretty sure there's something to do with like the human touch. It's like better for your muscles, and also just because a sports masseur is going to like get into all of like exactly your trigger points and like all of the little sore spots, and they're just going to do a better all over job, and it's more relaxing for you as well. So sports massages are fantastic for recovery, but they are so expensive. So sometimes I get my mum to give me a little massage. We have some massage cream at home and I get my mum to do it, but she's obviously not a masseuse. Is that a masseuse? Yeah, pretty sure that's the word for it. So she just kind of rubs my legs. So yeah, obviously you can't get a sports massage every day, but if you can get one maybe after a really big race or before national championships. And at national championships, on the Western Australian state team, we always have like a sports masseuse or masseur on the team, and you can go and like have a massage with them for free normally. So because like that's what you pay for. You have to pay to be on the WA state team, and part of the fee that you pay goes to pay the massage person. So like technically you have paid for it, but then you can go at the meet and have a massage. And so I normally do that because like it's good to loosen my muscles before my race, and then also after my race I will go and get a massage to help my recovery. So yes, massages are great for recovery, but they're very expensive, and so you probably can't afford to have them very often. But if you have a really big race, then maybe get one of those. Okay, so those are the 5 things that I thought of for recovery. There's probably heaps more, but I just kind of quickly jotted down this list just then. So those are 5 things you can do. Now moving on to nutrition. I am so passionate about nutrition. I love cooking, I love eating. Yeah, I'm gonna make more videos on nutrition. I've done a few what I eat in a day videos, but I need to make more videos because I could just talk about it for so long. Okay, so I think it's important to try and keep nutrition simple, because the biggest, most important thing for like nutritioning your body, that is not fueling your body. Yeah, the biggest important, the most important thing in terms of nutrition is to listen to your body. And I think in the modern world where people are focused on associating food with numbers, like they look at food in terms of how many calories is in this food, how much protein does it have, how much carbohydrates does it have, I think that is not good, because food is so much more than like a number. And even though you can quantify how much stuff is in it, it's more than that. And associating food with numbers and trying to like plan your food in that way is just teaching you to not listen to your body, and it's teaching you to not listen to your natural hunger signals. And so I don't believe in any of that stuff. So I think the most important thing is to listen to your body and to eat what feels good for your body. But a few simple nutrition rules that I try to stick to is, number 1, have all food groups at every meal. So the 3 main food groups I think are carbs, proteins and veggies, and then there's also like fats, I think, and is there something else? I don't know. Anyway, but carbs, protein and veggies are the 3 big ones, I think. I'm not a nutrition expert, I haven't really researched this, but I'm pretty sure this is right. Maybe it's not, but anyway, those 3 big ones, carbs, particularly carbs and protein, but also veggies, I try and have them at every meal. I never have veggies at breakfast because I just don't think they go together. But I try and have carbs and protein at every single meal, and veggies at every single lunch or dinner. So super easy breakfast with carbs and protein. You can have porridge, you can have a smoothie with oats in it, you can have the one that I have every single day. My breakfast that I literally have every single day is eggs on toast, often with avocado, because that brings in some healthy fats, and healthy fats are always a good thing to add to your meal if you can. But carbs and protein and veggies are the most important things to get at every meal. So yeah, try and get those food groups at every meal. So don't just have like toast with Vegemite at breakfast, because it's got no protein in it. It's not going to keep you as full. And then don't just have scrambled eggs for breakfast without any toast, because you need your carbohydrates. Like 60% of your body's energy comes from carbohydrates, I'm pretty sure. So you need carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are really good for you. They're actually good for you. They give you lots of energy. They make you happy, especially as an athlete. You need carbs. Like, I don't know why society seems to think carbs are bad. Carbs are good. Like, so much of your body's energy comes from carbs. I read this thing the other day. It was like, your brain alone needs the carbohydrate equivalent of like 7 pieces of bread per day to function. Just your brain. Like, think about the rest of your body. You need, yes, anyway. So try and get the main food groups at every single meal. The second nutrition tip I try to stick by is to front end your day. So I went to see a dietitian one time because I got, no, a couple of times, because I got like some really discounted appointments with them. Like I got to pay a lot less money to go see them for some reason. So his name was David Bryant. I'll put his details here. But what a really important thing he told me to do is to front end your day. So what he means by that is like eat lots for breakfast, and this is especially important if you're an athlete and you've got a hard training session in the afternoon. Like consume lots of energy at the start of the day so that you have the energy to go through the day and like then do well at training. And so what lots of people seem to do is to skip breakfast or eat a really small amount for breakfast. And like my sister Noelle does this. She doesn't eat much for breakfast, and she says it's because like she feels really sick in the mornings and she feels like she can't eat. And so I'm sure, oh no. And so I'm sure some people are like this, which is, I don't really know what to do about that. Maybe just train yourself to eat in the morning, or maybe don't eat straight away when you wake up, but eat like an hour or so after you wake up. I don't know. But the dietitian David said, he said like it's so important to front end your day and eat lots of food at the start of your day, because there's no point not eating much at the start of the day and then eating heaps at the end of the day, because you don't need like energy to sleep, or like obviously you need to eat at the end of the day. Like eating at the end of the day is important. I have like 5 snacks after dinner every day, so I eat heaps at the end of the day, but you need energy at the start of the day as well to energize you throughout the day. And that is especially important if you've got a training session in the afternoon that you need energy for. So pretty much try and have a good solid breakfast and a good solid recess and a good solid lunch to try and front end your day, to give you energy throughout the day, to do everything as well as train. So okay, I don't think I explained that very well. The next thing is I'm back after a battery issue in which my battery died, because it just always dies at the moment. So anyway, okay, so the first 2 nutrition pointers have been all food groups at every meal and front end your day. The third one is to get your 2 and 5 every day, but don't substitute them for other things, just add them on top. So 2 and 5 means 2 fruit, 5 veg. And what I mean by don't substitute the things, just like add them, is you don't, like, say if you have a meal of spaghetti bolognese and you've got pasta and there's like bolognese sauce, don't substitute out your pasta for like vegetables. Instead, just put the vegetables in as well on top of the pasta, because vegetables have very little energy. They're really good for you, full of nutrients and good things, and that's why you should try to eat lots every day. But they don't have much energy, so they're not going to give you like much energy to do things. So don't substitute out like carbohydrates or protein and put in vegetables instead. Just add veggies into things, and because they are so low in like energy, adding vegetables into a meal isn't going to like make you any more full. Like you don't need to take anything else out, just put the vegetables in. So an example of this is what I do every day. So I like having pasta for lunch. I have pasta all the time. Like I have pasta just with a tomato based sauce or something. So say if I was having pasta with a tomato based sauce, what I do now is I have my pasta, I have my sauce, and then I just chuck in a whole bunch of spinach and mix that through, and that gets in like one of my 5 veggies a day, just like by chucking spinach in the pasta. But I don't take anything out of the pasta. Like I don't have less pasta because I'm having spinach. I just put spinach in because it doesn't have much energy, but it has heaps of good nutrients, and I'm trying to get my 2 and 5 a day. So I find 2 fruit really easy to get. Like I have strawberries and blueberries with breakfast every day, and then I normally have like a mandarin or a banana or like rock melon or something else throughout the day, like as a snack or after dinner. So I always get my 2 fruit, and I think it's pretty easy to do that. Like just have an apple. It's like really easy. And fruit is the same thing as vegetables as well. Like don't substitute fruit in for something else, just have fruit as well as something else. So if for a snack you normally have, I don't know, like for example for me, I have my slice as a snack all the time. As well as that, I would also have a mandarin, you know, not instead of that, because just having a mandarin wouldn't keep me full. I have the slice to give me carbs and protein and keep me full, and then I have the mandarin because it's like good nutrients and it's part of your 2 and 5 a day. My dietitian told me an interesting statistic that only 4% of Australians get their 2 and 5 a day. Like 4%. So this is how I do it, okay? So like I said with fruits, I'll have a serving of fruit with breakfast and then a serving of fruit at some point throughout the day. Normally I have more than 2 fruits. Normally I have like about 4 fruit servings throughout the day. Then with vegetables, I think this is the section that everybody finds hard, partly because fruits, most people like fruit more than vegetables, and also because you're trying to get 5 veggies, which is quite a lot. So I don't normally have veggies with breakfast. I don't know, veggies don't really go with breakfast, I feel. Like, you want to be having like broccoli with your eggs on toast. It just, yeah. So anyway, I never have any vegetables before lunchtime. At lunchtime, if it's a training day, I'll have less vegetables at lunch because too much fiber is not the best before training, shall we say. But if it's not a training day, so if it is a training day, with lunch I will probably have 2 serves of veggies. So I will put in spinach or like a salad leafy mix into my lunch, and then I'll also have a carrot. Or I might have I might do a stir fry for lunch and put in like lots of veggies into that. Or another thing I do to help me out with getting veggies at lunchtime is at the start of the week, often I will roast a whole bunch of vegetables. I'll put a photo on the screen here. I actually have a food Instagram account, so go follow me on there. Yeah, I just started it at the start of the year. But yeah, I will like roast a whole heap of veggies at the start of the week, and then when I'm making my pasta or my rice or whatever I'm having for lunch, I will just chuck the veggies into that. It's super easy. They're just in the fridge. I'll just chuck the veggies into that, or I'll have the veggies on the side, and I just have those vegetables at lunch. So yeah, I'll normally have on a training day maybe 2 serves of vegetables at lunch. On a non-training day, probably 3, sometimes even 4. Like, I do have quite a lot of vegetables at lunch. And then for my afternoon snack, is either a slice, medjool dates with peanut butter, or yogurt with fruit and honey. But yeah, so I'll have that snack, and then also alongside that snack I will have cut up capsicum, carrot and cucumber. Yeah, but I don't have the capsicum, carrot and cucumber instead of the snack. I have it alongside the snack. That is important, especially as an athlete. You don't want to be like not giving yourself enough energy throughout the day. So that will be another serving of veggies, and then we'll get to dinner time and I'll have more veggies at dinner. So we might have meat and vegetables, or fish and vegetables, or we might have a stir fry, or we might have pasta, or we might have like any range of dishes. Like literally we try to mix up our dishes a lot and like find new recipes. I do quite a lot of the cooking at home just because I'm not at school or university at the moment. So that's just because I'm starting uni. I've just graduated from high school and I'm starting uni in the middle of the year. But yeah, so I do a lot of cooking and I try to find new recipes. We've got lots of cookbooks, so I try to experiment with those. But normally those recipes will have 2 servings of vegetables, sometimes 3. So yeah, I find that I'm definitely like, I don't think it's that hard to get 5 serves of veggies. If you just make a conscious effort to put in a bit of vegetables at every meal, it's not actually that hard to get to 5 a day. But you just have to make that effort. Like, if you're kind of not thinking about it, I can see how it would be easy to just have like, I don't know, spaghetti bolognese for dinner, which probably has 1 serving of vegetables, and maybe you had a ham and cheese toastie for lunch, which has 0 servings of vegetables. So then you haven't got many servings of vegetables in your day. Like, I can see how you could make that happen if you're not thinking about it. But if you just think about it and have a carrot, or shove some like spinach somewhere. Spinach is always good because it wilts down heaps. So like you can put heaps in and then it just fades into nothing and it doesn't really taste of anything. So yeah, I think that's always a good thing to put into meals. But yes, just make a conscious effort to get your 2 and 5 a day, and it's actually not that hard. Oh yeah, tip number 4 is to not put any food off limits. But I get lots of questions because I've always been a very healthy eater, because I think when I was younger, my mum, for the first 5 years of my life, she gave me very healthy foods. I literally had no sugar, and because I grew up like that, and I also think it is just a bit the way I was born, I don't like sugary sweet things. So I never, since I was like 5 years old and started going to my first birthday parties, I never had cake because I don't like cake. I don't enjoy cake. I don't like eating it. I don't like cookies. I don't like lollies. I don't mind chocolate, but I prefer dark chocolate. But if someone offered me chocolate right now, I wouldn't want it. Like, I don't want it. And I also don't like junk food. Like, I don't really like McDonald's, pizza, like KFC. I personally do not like those things, and I always get people looking at like what I eat, and when I say no thank you, I wouldn't like any birthday cake, people ask me like, oh, are you trying to be healthy for running? Like, do you ever get cravings for these foods? How do you deal with cravings for foods if you don't let yourself have them? And I'm like, it's not that I'm not letting myself have them, it's that I just don't like them. But if you do like those foods, then I think that you should let yourself have them. Like, I do like a little bit of chocolate sometimes, so I let myself have that. So I think that's something really important. That was a very long story. Ow. Ow. That was a very long story, but my point there is don't put any foods off limits, because if you tell yourself that you're not allowed to have a certain food, that will just lead to you like thinking about the food and wanting the food so much and craving the food so much, and like you'll be miserable because you just really want the food. Like, just eat the food. It doesn't make that much of a difference. If you really want a pizza for dinner, just have a pizza for dinner. It's not going to make that much of a difference. It's just going to make your mind happier. And sure, it might not leave you feeling like the best at training the next day, so maybe don't have a pizza the night before a race. Actually, yeah, don't have a pizza the night before a race or like a really important training session. But if it's a night where you don't have anything important on in terms of like running or anything the next, or whatever sport you do the next day, just have it. It's okay. You don't have to have a completely clean diet. You don't have to never eat junk food. It's okay to eat foods that you enjoy eating, because being healthy, a big part, I think, a really important part of being healthy, healthy eating is, it needs to be healthy for your mind as well as your body. So eating a salad might be healthy for your body, but if your mind is really craving a burger or a pizza, that eating a salad might not always be healthy for your mind, and that's okay. You don't always need to eat salads. Like, you can also eat things that you want. So that's another thing. I think you shouldn't like have any foods completely off limits. If you find that eating a pizza doesn't make you feel very good the next day for training, then maybe don't eat it before training. But yeah, if you want to have it before a not training day, then have it. It's okay. It's fine. Okay. Oh, I've got a message. Oh, my mum called me and I did not answer. Oops. And let me just call her. Hang on. Do you like my phone? Oh, I've got to show you my phone case. Look how cool. Hello?
Hello.
Sorry. Hi.
Just letting you know that I'm going to go to Carrington's tonight to get the car.
Okay. Okay, sorry for the interruption, but yeah, basically what I was saying, don't put any food off limits, because that's just like not mentally healthy. Okay. Next thing, I don't know what number I'm at to, but at the start of the week, meal plan and meal prep, so you have like proper whole food, whole meals ready for you throughout the week, because most of us are either working or at university or school, and sometimes we get home at the end of a long day and we can't be bothered to make a nice nutritious dinner, so we just have baked beans on toast or something along those lines. And while that is fine on occasion, you don't want to be doing that every night of the week, because it doesn't have all of the food groups in it, and like all of the food groups are important, and especially vegetables. Like at the end of the day in your dinner, you should be trying to get veggies in, because yeah, 2 and 5 a day. So if you just meal plan and meal prep at the start of the week, it makes your life so much easier throughout the week. If you just make a plan at the start of the week of what meals you're going to have each night, and then meal prep the things that you can, then when you come home, you have a plan of action, you know what you're going to eat, and because you might have already meal prepped some of the ingredients, or you've bought the ingredients, you're much more likely to just throw them all together in the recipe and have a much more nutritious dinner. So definitely meal plan. And I'm going to film a super easy nutritious recipe video coming very soon of quick easy meals that you can make and that you can meal prep. But I just wrote a couple of ideas down that are super quick and easy. So you can have stir fry, pasta, meat or fish with vegetables, and make sure there's like potatoes in there so you get carbs. You can do baked potatoes with vegetables and like a protein topping like tuna. So yeah, you can like meal prep your baked potatoes and then just heat them up and put like tuna and spinach and cheese and sour cream and stuff on top. You can even do like toasted sandwiches, or you can have like eggs and avocado on toast for dinner if you feel like having breakfast for dinner. That does like hit all the food groups, or maybe just like chuck a tomato in there or something as well to get some veggies. Yeah, those are super easy, quick meal ideas, but I am gonna film a bigger video just focusing on some good nutritious meal ideas and recipes. So that is gonna come soon. I'll film that in the next couple of days, so hopefully that will come out on my channel soon. But yeah, my camera battery is flashing again. So those are actually all of the nutrition tips I have, and all of the recovery all of the recovery tips that I have for you today. So sorry that this video has been, I feel like I haven't really made all that much sense in this video, and my camera battery has kept flashing at me and dying, which is kind of stressful, and it makes me like think about my camera battery dying instead of thinking about what I'm going to say. But I hope you find this video useful. I hope you can use some of these recovery and nutrition tips. And if you have any more questions for me, definitely comment down below. I'm happy to like talk to you for ages. If you want like to ask a more specific question just to me, you can DM me on Instagram at tia.chitty. I love talking about this sort of stuff. So yeah, definitely feel free to ask me any questions you have, and comment any video suggestions down below to do with recovery, nutrition and training and running and things, because I love filming videos about running, because I love running. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below for more videos just like this one. Don't forget to go watch my previous video on like what my sessions involve, what middle distance running sessions I do. Yeah, I talked a lot about that, and I've got other running videos on my channel as well. So go check them out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!